Before the video begins, I kind of wanted to preface what the purpose of this video was. The reason why I'm doing a live post commentary of the match is because of two reasons. The first one is that if you saw the video on ThreeSixCancel's channel, Jack from ThreeSixCancel, he was able to get his audio through, being able to catch his audio on his end for what he was saying when he was recording, but my audio did not go through, so I ended up sounding very quiet. So you didn't get to hear my reactions or my thoughts during the match or even our comments. So I decided, giving him kind of the heads up that I was going to do a post commentary of this match because I wanted to kind of jot down my thoughts. The second reason why I also am doing this video is because I prefer post commentaries over live commentaries, because it gives me the time to kind of look at the match multiple times, look at the recording of a match, and then kind of jot down notes or even kind of gather my thoughts. This one was more of a live post commentary because I wanted to look at examine my own thoughts. So you'll see a lot of fillers in there, filler words, because I was trying to kind of gather my thoughts while also paying attention to the match that we played at the time. And I find that post commentary is very constructive when it comes to looking at what you could do better and examining like what plays that could have gone differently. So it's really helpful in improving your overall play style. And I'll do a video about how the value of post match commentaries, because you get to learn some things that you could have done differently. And you see it a lot of times with even card game players. They always look at their match and do a post commentary because it's really good at it's really helpful in bettering yourself as a player, and also helping players understand like there could be better plays that can be made when you're in a similar situation. So with that out of the way, hope you guys enjoy the video and check it out. Once again, thanks to Jack from ThreeSixCancel. The link to the original video that he posted will be on the description below. This is a post commentary of it again. Peace out, guys. What is up, guys? This is Platinum Point, and I'm here to bring you guys another Weiss Schwarz content for you guys. I am doing a post commentary of a match I did with Jack from ThreeSixCancel. I sped up this video so I could make the commentary more concise and easy for me. So, Jack is playing Green AOT while I am playing Standby Bunny Girl Senpai. This was filmed on his perspective because when I was trying to film it on my end, it wasn't going so well. So I'm going to probably be looking at what's going on my end in terms of recording. But overall, it was really enjoyable playing against Jack. He was very nice, and if you watch the original video, and I'll put that in the link in the description below, because I do encourage you guys to watch that side too, so you can see his commentary. But my mic was not appearing on his end, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to do a post commentary to explain what's going on. So right now, as you can see, I had a really good solid start, or rather rough, because my only level 0 at the time was the drop searcher, so I had no choice but to play it. At that time, it was pretty much the only level 0 I had. The rest were level 1 and 2s, and I just kept on clocking to try to get into material that I needed. So you saw he triggered a gold bar. I canceled, and I take this damage. Overall, I really enjoyed this matchup because it was, even though it wasn't a competitive match per se, but it was very enriching because this was my first time using Tabletop Simulator, and it was also my first time playing against someone of Jack's of Jack's caliber. Sorry about that for the pause. But overall, I kind of enjoyed playing against him because he was a breath of fresh air compared to what I see from my locals. So I direct with the Koga in order to pump the Mai so I can go for even on center lane and do an even trade with him, which I managed to do, and I was able to level him up before I did. And the great thing about the Mai 3-2, I'm at the level 0, is it allows you to hand fix, and this deck does kind of have star for hand fixing, and it also allows you to build up really interesting boards. Although the difference between the standby build and the my standby build and most JP standby builds is they play the level 3 Notica, and I do like that card, but the problem is that it's not that practical in the English meta because of the fact that we have ways to RNG it. So as you can see, my opponent is going to try to hand fix as much as he can before he proceeds to kind of push, and ultimately that's what he mostly was doing this entire game, because he wasn't able to get the Levi squad combo off in this match. In the previous matches he did, and so all he could do at the time was just force damage. And the best part about Bunny Girl Senpai is it can compress to a point where it can cancel, but even though I have to admit I got really lucky on the cancels at these stages, because, well, the deck does not... It's not supposed to stay at level 0 that long. Usually you're supposed to go to level 1 first, so you could take full advantage of the Kaide combo. I was lucky to still be able to take advantage of the Kaide combo, because he had 2 lanes that were less than 2k. The 2 Levi's on the bottom, so it allowed me to kind of set up my board in a way that was optimal. So I just play the standby, and I standby out the Koga, and I also give the Kaide on my closest to my deck, on his left and my and on my perspective my right, plus 500 at a level, so it makes Kaide essentially a level 2 6k, and that was really important because when you pumped it up, it helped with the math. So I gave it to the Kaide that had the 1500 pump. The 500 pump to make it 8k, so I could guarantee a reverse. So pretty much I salvaged the 3-2 Mai, knowing because I had the 0-0 Mai in hand, I could redo it, take advantage of building up stock. Not building up stock, but recompressing after refresh into second deck, which was the intended idea because I was already near refresh point. So I was just examining like the odds of hitting climaxes. So the thing that was very tricky was that Levi 2-1 actually prevents me from backing up lanes. The one that he's been playing, the second one now. So it makes it very difficult for me to actually defend lanes because of how strong that card is. But overall, in this scenario, I rationalized that surrendering board was okay because of the fact that I'd rather surrender board at this point and win trade and damage while building stock and compression. So that was kind of my rationale in that game. So what I was doing was at the time just trying to figure out what can I do to build stock and build compression while still kind of hand fixing, because that's kind of the main thing that Bunny Girl tries to do, is just hand fix as much as you can and then push game state to your own favor. So overall, I'm gonna probably push him to, he's already at level 2, so I'm trying to push him to level 3 as quick as I can while still kind of maintaining some damage aggression. So I triggered the book off of the brainstorm. So I searched, I think, for the 2-1 Sakuta. No, I searched for the 0. Trying to remember from when I was playing this. I was thinking at the time I would just force compression and then promote the 2-2 Koga once I have the ideal deck state. And just because I knew kind of that he was going to cancel some of these hits if I swung big, so I just realized, okay, you know what? I'm just going to shoot for compression and then just survive, just eat it up at the backswing. And I just revealed 2 climaxes off of the 2 my Rize's. Oh my, and it was just like, oof. I am going to take a lot of damage in this game. But I just realized I just gotta brace myself for this damage. And he was kind of seeing the writing on the wall on that one. Although, now that I think about it, I could have played that a little bit better. Instead of just promoting, I could have just promoted the Koga to deal with one of the Levi's at least. And then hopefully if I did trigger standby, I could have standbyed out another Koga, so in case he does answer the Koga on the backswing, I have another one waiting for my backswing. So it was really, when I thought about it, I was just too focused on compression and not focusing on like advantage. Like, it did kind of help me to some extent in this match, like just thinking about the compression. But honestly, I would have done completely different looking back now, like just building more board advantage rather than just stock advantage and compression advantage, because really, like, true, like it's a good thing to keep compression, but it's also good to maintain a solid board, and that's what I was trying to do. So instead of playing the Sakuta's effect, I decided to brainstorm because I knew I was going to hit a climax just looking at my ratios. So I was just trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to at least refix my deck so it refreshes a little bit better. So I went for the 3-2 Kaide, and I ended up playing the Nodoka runner so I can get the meet the criteria. At this point, I could have activated the 3-2 the 2-2 Sakuta, the 2-1 Sakuta, to take advantage of revealing the 3-2 Kaide and get a burn 1 and also get that climax that I just triggered from the Kaide attack into waiting room to pretty much, and I could have pushed for more damage while keeping the Kaide on the attacking the Levi instead of in a sense giving him free advantage to come back at me on the backswing. So it was like I could have just played the Sakuta and then pushed with the Mai on the 2-1 Levi, having a much substantial board, making the Koga much bigger, and ultimately giving me more of a stable board presence. I wasn't thinking at the time like that. I was thinking just more compress, and that was kind of my downfall in this matchup. Was I was too focused on compression that I wasn't paying attention to board state that carefully, which I should be when playing the standby build. But overall, it was a great learning experience for me playing this deck, because just knowing some of the subtleties that I could have done and some of the things I could have done better at it. But you learn by just making mistakes in this game. So he plays the climax. He's able to, like I said, he was able to get the backswing with the 2-1 Levi, which I was afraid of, but sadly I was not cognizant. But I was able to at least answer the 3-2 Levi by backing up, which was fine. But like I said, I could have answered this board much more differently if looking back at it. But overall, it was an interesting match. So right now, I think we're still on... I'm still at level 2, haven't yet got pushed to 3. But I'm kind of seeing the writing on the wall. Like, he's trying to prepare for his endgame, which is like a restanding finisher. Like a series of restanding finishers. So what I do is I play the early play Shoko to heal off some damage. And then I think I play the early play... Oh no, I play the 0-0 Mai because I think I didn't have the Kaide at the time, so I just swung in direct for 3, and luckily for me that 3 did stick, and then I just pushed for 2, trying to push him to level 3, which I do. I push him to 3-1, and I think this is where he kind of pushes back really nicely because he has the setup, but ultimately... I gotta say though, Jack played this really well. Even though I think he would admit that he did make some misplays. He actually played it a lot better than I was handling at the time, and I think if I played a little bit more defensively, I could have managed more. Trying to fish that word again. I could have managed the game more better by also balancing board and compression, but the problem was the compression mindset was kind of getting into me in that match. But hey, I can't make it. It's easy to make excuses, but it's better to just admit your own mistakes. So right now he's kind of debating on the board state on how he can optimize the damage, and right now he's just kind of switching back and forth. In this match he was really seriously debating on how he was going to end the game. I think I still survived this turn because of the fact that yeah, I was in a decently compressed state to cancel. So all I had to do was just survive a few hits, and then hopefully regain control on the backswing. So I take the damage, and I think I level up on here. Yeah, I do. I tried to level up, but the card ended up back in my hand. So that's the more sticky part of Tabletop Simulator, is the cards will end up like getting stuck together. And I was trying to reveal damage. Oh no, reveal for the Rize. So I think I cancel this. Yep. And then he clock kicks me, and then restands after the cancel, and then tries to push for more damage. I cancel this, I think. Yep. So then now on my backswing, I was trying to get the ideal board, which was a 3-2 Mai, 2-3-2 Mais, and the 3-2 Rio to kind of push the board, push the damage, while at the same time walling him out with the bodyguard. The problem was I was missing the Koga 3-2 that was not in my hand, so I had to hard cast a lot of the stuff. So I also decided to get the drop searcher so I could at least thin my hand out, and I think I was fetching out the Nautica runner, and I think it was just so I can compress and mill out my mill out and hit level 2s. It was just annoying. Okay, and I think I got the burn 1 off of that. And then I think what I did here was I swung in for 3. Oh yeah, I push him to 2-5. So my goal was I was gonna hit him to 2-6, and then on the backswing, if I do hit, and let's say he's at 3-6 and I cancel the first hit on his attack and he surrenders board, I win at that point. So literally I was actually in control at that last stage. And so all he had to do was try to stick 3 damage on me. So he tried to, I think he actually does successfully stick 3 damage on me. And this is where I actually lose the match. So, I'm just gonna finish up this commentary by saying, thanks again, Jack from ThreeSixCancel, for playing with me on Tabletop Simulator. This was actually a great learning experience for me. And check out the other videos that I've done with him, and hopefully he and I will do some more. So don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. False crack that like button. And don't forget to stay on point, guys.
語れない